name is Joe Aguirre. I'm the president of Clovercrest Media Group, and here at CMG we have a wide variety of podcasts, including sports shows like Keys to the City, The Roll Call, Throwing Jabs, All Four Downs, and Jawing About the G-Men, and great true crime shows like Sticky Week, Crimes and Consequences, Ivy League Murders, and Bird, the unsolved murder of David Eichmann. You can find all these podcasts and so much more by visiting clovercrestmedia.com.
On tonight's show of Speaking It Real, Frank is talking about the Capitol rioter that was sentenced to 8 months in prison. A missing person found it after 24 years. And LeBron James drinking his own tequila at the Suns finals basketball game. All that and more right now.
Coming to you live from Clearwater, Florida. It's Speaking It Real. Here's your hosts, Frank Cuesta and Carlos Contreras.
Wednesday, and here's your host, Frank Cuesta. You see, Joe forgot that today was Wednesday and that Frank is on Wednesdays by himself on Speaking It Real. And we're not in Clearwater today. We're actually in Miami, Florida, in my living room. So, Joe, I don't know what you were thinking today, but apparently you weren't able to fix my, oh my goodness, it fell. Oh no. What is this? My buddy fell, guys. Sorry, so I'm just gonna have him here for a little bit, all right? Because can't have him hanging, so he's gonna hang on my head for today's show. But you know what? Look, it's Wednesday night. You guys like what you see, you like what you hear. Give us a share, give us a like. Follow us on YouTube, Speaking It Real, on Facebook, Speaking It Real Podcast. Hey, and bring us on. I mean, look, we had a hell of a show on Friday night. We spoke about Cuba. Come this Friday night, we're going to do a Cuba Part 2. I mean, you're all welcome to join us. And by the way, this is too heavy, so I'm taking this off. By the way, if you guys have my phone number and you want to call us in, you know what? Call me up. I might go ahead and put you live on the show, and we could talk crap. Talk whatever you want, however you want. Just forgive me if I'm not looking at you guys, looking at the camera right now, as I'm trying to post this on every single group that I can until Facebook tells me that I can't do this no more. And normally that's about 30 to 40 groups at one shot. But hey, look, you know what? Speaking It Real is brought to you by Clovercrest Media. You want to start your own podcast, by all means, get a hold of Joe. You can't go wrong with Joe. Joe's a hell of a guy. You have Zach that produces, also Eden. Hey, guys, much thanks. And you know what? Let's get started with our show. Let's go. Let's see. Where are we going to start? You know what? I got it. We're going to start with this shitbag, Paul Hopkins. All right? He's obviously one of these Capitol rioters. He gotta tell you, he pleaded guilty to breaching the Capitol. He real gung-ho Trump guy. I mean, when you see what he has, you'll see that he was pro-Trump. Trump won the election, blah, 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 blah. And it looks like he took more of a plea bargain, so they gave him 8 months. Now, my question here is this really justice? Is 8 months long enough? I mean, me personally, I think he should have gotten more time. I think 8 months is not enough when you consider everything that went on. I mean, this guy was seen carrying a red, white flag, Trump 2020 flag, so what the hell? Let's see. The symbolism of the act was unmistakable. All right, is what the judge said when he was sentencing Hodgkins. He was staking a claim on the floor of the U.S. Senate, not with the American flag, but declaring his loyalty to a single individual over the nation. You know what? That's very true. He was very loyal to Trump. You have all these Trump supporters that are very loyal to him. But you know what? Push comes to shove, and now what? They drop Trump altogether? Because I'll tell you, what he said before sentencing was, I do not and will not make any excuse, nor will I place any blame on any politician, journalist or otherwise, Hodgson said. He put passion ahead of principle. He added that he completely acknowledges and respects that Joseph R. Biden is a rightful and respectful president of the United States. So what changed his mind? Prosecutors wanted 18 months. So you're looking about a year and a half. And what he got was 8 months. I can tell you that I don't agree with it. I would have loved to seen more time. I think anybody that was in that Capitol at that time needs to pay a bigger penalty. Yeah, it is a felony, so you know what? Guy can't vote anymore. But at the end of it, I don't agree with the 8 months. I mean, what do you guys think? You guys think maybe he should have had 8 months? You guys think it should have been more? To me, you stormed the Capitol, you rioted. Should you really only get 8 months? I mean, when you look at it, you got 8 months. He'll probably get off with good behavior. So what? They'll give him maybe 3 months. I don't know. I just don't think that's enough time to go ahead and put him there. I think he should have gotten more time. But hey, you know what? Who am I? I'm just a guy on a show called Speaking It Real that's trying to speak things the way they should be. So hey, no biggie. He's gone. So enough talking about him. I don't really deal with that. But I would tell you this: there's been 586 people that have been charged in the Capitol insurgence so far. He's the first one. So is he what's the word I'm looking for? Is he gonna be the guy that sets the example? I hope not, because 8 months is not enough. So hey, it is what it is. So going on, let's see, there was a baseball game, I believe it was in Washington. I want to say it was either Friday or Saturday night. They called the game. And it was the DC Nationals were playing the game out in Washington on Saturday, actually. And there was gunfire, gunshots. Apparently there was a dispute in the parking lot. Someone brought a gun to it. Now, why are you bringing a gun to the stadium? Makes no sense. Why? Luckily, nobody. It happened in the outside of the stadium, so they were able to clear the area before everybody was to go. Now, this happened in the 6th inning. If there was no harm and there was nothing that happened to anybody, why not just continue the game? I mean, to me, it made no sense to finish that game. There was one person that was caught in this, and I think it was a person who got shot outside the stadium. I mean, hey, local police and the baseball stadium people sheltered everybody for about 10-15 minutes. They made sure the area was cleared. I mean, I don't know how you could clear a parking lot of that size in 10 to 15 minutes. But hey, they did it. I saw a video on it. I know that I saw Washington police going back and forth. There was obviously an ambulance. Coincidentally, I saw a video of my friend's Instagram where he was out in Washington, doing the whole Cuba de- demonstration in front of the White House. But we'll leave that for Friday. Um, the mayor said it, and and the baseball team came out. That no matter where it occurred in our city, it's unacceptable and will not be tolerated. And they're talking about gun violence. I mean, we've spoken gun violence on this show at least once a month. Something needs to be done with that. I think that when you're looking at gun violence in a whole, it has gone up. Guns are getting into the wrong hands. I mean, they've always gotten into the wrong hands, but it's now, now more it's predominant. It's always in the wrong hands, but at the same time, what can we do to stop it? You have these companies that are able to sell guns to anybody online, and I'll tell you that I heard about this to 80% gun. I'm not even going to mention the company's name because it just makes no sense to me. That you could purchase a gun, right? It's built 80%. Gun has no numbers, but you have to finish the rest of the building. You gotta drill a hole into it for the firing pin, and you gotta bore the barrel. But you know what? Those guns they could get in the hands of anybody. And you know what? You could buy it in the mail. Does that really make sense? Who who what is this? I don't understand that. That's one thing that for me, if you want to own your guns, hey, by all means, own your guns. Let's do it legally. Let's not. Let's hold them correctly. Let's have everybody have a standard. You don't buy them online. Because you buy them online, you're just absolutely going nowhere. I think when you do buy them online, you're up to no good. You want to hide things, or you're not allowed to get one, at a store. You're not allowed to own it yet. So why go ahead and purchase one online? You know. So I mean, hey, look, if you guys agree with what I'm speaking, drop a like, drop a comment. If you want your voice to be heard, and I said it earlier at the top of the show, you know my number. Call me. I'll put you on. It doesn't matter to me. But one thing is you just gotta respect what's going on in the conversation. So guns, they have a place, but we need to rightfully own one. That's my opinion on that. So we're gonna jump into COVID. You know that the Delta virus, the variant, is now making up 83% of the new coronavirus cases. Now, the people that are getting most affected are the people that have not been vaccinated. And I saw a story that actually said that these people that are really, really sick, that are dying off of it, are actually they're regretting their decision not to get vaxxed. And at that point, it's a little bit late, for these people and these individuals. Do you guys need to get vaxxed? Look, I got vaccinated. I'm good. Still have 10 fingers, my 2 arms, my 2 eyes, my nose, my mouth, my ears. I mean, could there be a long-term effect? We're not going to know till later on. But hey, you have to get vaxxed. It's, I don't, I don't pretend that I'm a doctor or anything, but from what I've seen and what I've done, hey, I got vaxxed, and you know what? It's good. You know, you're stopping from spreading it. You're stopping from getting it. You know. So again, like I said, get vaxxed. Get vaxxed, people. Um. So going on to Olympics. Check this out. Should they even hold the Olympics? I don't think they should. I know the city of Tokyo, is having a fit. There's there's no spectators, so why? And as of yesterday, the COVID-19 cases were at 71. And I guess they're doing like some type of bubble like what the NBA did last year. Okay, but if it's at 71 right now, I mean, I'm sure there's what? We're looking at probably thousands of people that are there. You know, what are you doing? You're passing it on. Just cancel the Olympics. I mean, it was supposed to be last year. They're doing it this year. Just cancel it out altogether. There's no need for Olympics this year. You're setting it up for failure. You're setting it up for people to get sick and get really sick. I don't know the exact numbers in Florida, but I could look it up real quick. I mean, are you talking about only the COVID variant or COVID altogether? That's the key. You know, so I could tell you that July 9th's numbers, there's 24,000 cases in a 7-day average. Actually, that's just that was up to July 20th, so that was yesterday's numbers. There's a 7-day average of 7,740 cases. Delta, I don't have that number, but I could tell you that con- compared to the study that I saw, or the article that I read earlier, it's 83% of the COVID cases are the COVID variant Delta. So more than likely, probably Florida's probably high up there. Florida's numbers have always been high with COVID. Um, it's just one of those. I mean, and these numbers that I see here that I'm looking at are actually um, reported by the New York Times. These are a day ago. So I mean, hey, the numbers are there. I could tell you that the total cases in the state of Florida are 2.4 million people. There's been a total of 38,480 deaths in Florida alone to COVID. So, you know, what could we do there? I mean, it's people need to really take care of themselves. I know that they're talking about bringing back the masks mandatory. Um, do I wear my mask like I should? Probably not. I know that at my new job they require everybody to wear it. Doesn't matter. So at work I wear it. Depending of where I'm going and where I'm at, then I probably don't wear it. But again, I'm vaccinated. I'm playing that game of I'm hoping not to get sick. You know. So hopefully that works out. We'll see. Nobody knows. And we'll take it from there. But I'm going to tell you this. Going on to our vice president. This lady, I heard that again this morning. Masks are coming back. Yeah, they I think they're going to come back. But I do got to say something. If when we're talking about Vice President Kamala Harris, right? Apparently, she had a meeting with Texas Democrats who tested positive for the coronavirus. This happened last week. So, Normally, when you test positive, when you're around people that test positive, what is it you're supposed to do? Does anybody know out there when you're around people that test positive? I mean, I'm waiting to let's get an answer on this. If I'm not mistaken, you are supposed to quarantine, correct? I think those were the what is it? Whatever, FDA, or I'm sorry, not FDA, the CDC guidelines. I don't know if it's changed or not, but if you're around someone that has COVID, you're supposed to quarantine, right? Well, let me tell you what happens. The vice president's chief spokesperson said in a statement to reporters, it was determined the vice president and her staff present at the meeting were not at risk of exposed because they were not in close contact with those who tested positive. Now, if you're having a meeting with somebody, you're in close contact, especially nowadays. Okay? And she had to come in some type of contact with them. I don't believe what they said, just for the fact that I know that if I walk into a meeting, I'm around somebody. I'm around people. I'm in the same room. So, that being the case, I'm around someone that's positive. You quarantine yourself. Vice President Kamala Harris, that's not good, because you know what? Even though that you're vaccinated, you can still pass it. You could get it and you can still pass it. You carry the virus. You might not get sick. I mean, hell. And one thing I don't understand, and I'm going to share my screen here for 1 second, because there's something that I don't understand. And I don't know is it because these people have the right to do this or not, but I really hope they don't. Check this out. What do we see wrong here? These people are in a plane. All right? These people are on a plane. Not one of them is wearing a mask. So now, correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't you supposed to be wearing a mask? Correct? Should be wearing a mask, right? Why aren't you guys wearing masks? Shame on you. You lead by example. You guys are, you're lawmakers. How could you not be wearing a mask on an airplane? I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm lost for words on there. Because, when you're a leader of this country, checking in from Arizona, hey, Roy, thank you for joining the show. Hey, you have any comments? Put them on there. Share, you can share our show. Share it, like it, follow it, share it with your friends, share it with your enemies, share it with your frenemy, share it with whoever you want. Thank you for joining. So again, I go back to this. What makes these people any different, all right, than you flying on an airplane? Because I know if I fly, I have to wear a mask. Why can't they? So give me that answer, but we'll see what happens, so, I don't know about you guys, but when I come home from a long day of work, the last thing I want to think about, all right, is my financials, all right, but thanks to my friends at Rocky Hill Accountants, they have me covered. Check this out with our buddies from Rocky Hill.
Let's say goodbye to all your worries about tax planning, investment troubles, and any confusion when it comes to managing your finances and money. Here at Rocky Hill Accountants, our team has a combined 35 years of experience and will help you do it right. We're dedicated to your needs and will deliver on a result that is professional and trustworthy. Our firm is large enough to offer a full range of professional services, but small enough to give you the individual attention that you deserve. Our business portfolio includes thousands of prepared tax returns for individuals, families, partnerships, businesses, and more. The team at Rocky Hill Accountants are also thoroughly trained in tax laws and procedures. We have the ability to represent taxpayers before the IRS when they arrive at collections, audits, and appeals. This allows us to offer our accuracy and audit guarantee to tax clients. Please visit our website at rockyhillaccountants.com or give us a call at 860-257-4238 to schedule an appointment.
Hey, look, Rocky Hill's up in Connecticut, but I'm sure, oh my goodness, what's wrong with me today? But I'm sure that if we go ahead and we send them an email, we call them, they're going to help us out. Hands down. I don't see why not, right? So, going on to other news here. Can you imagine you as a parent? Yes, Gao Zingsen or Jingsen, I'm sorry. I destroyed your name. I can't pronounce it. But I will tell you this. This guy, he was kidnapped or abducted when he was 2 years old. You want to talk about an inspirational parent? You want to talk about never give up? His father, okay, actually, this guy was abducted at 2 years old in eastern China in 1997. Okay, his dad went on a desperate, never-ending nationwide search. There's an actual film about this. Okay, but this past week, 24 years after the disappearance, okay, the search finally came to an end. Okay, they found him as an adult living in a neighborhood in the Henan province. He was reunited with his parents on Sunday. I mean, the family was obviously in tears. They embraced tightly. We found you. You've come back. Police arrested 2 people who confessed to the kidnapping and trafficking this guy. He was abducted near his home by an unfamiliar woman. His parents told police in 1997. The police collected blood DNAs, but as we know, back in the 90s, DNA hadn't come into such a play. It was very hard there because it was still very new technology at the time. It was very limited. So the case remained unsolved. The case was never closed, so police throughout the 24 years always investigated. So your week is treating you well, super pumped. The father and son were reunited. A lot of parents with missing children never get that feeling. Sketchy, you're absolutely right. But the father ran around China on a motorcycle. Okay, through various provinces. He covered 310,000 miles. He burnt through 10 motorcycles along his journey. He rode a motorcycle. He carried little with him except a bag full of filters and a flag embolizing with a picture of his son. The guy exhausted his savings account. He used all the money he had, to try to find his son. Again, this is, as a parent, you never obviously want to lose a child, especially in that way. But, when you have that gut feeling that your child's alive, because that's what pretty much this guy had. He had a gut feeling saying that my son's alive, he's not dead, and he stayed looking for him. And the cops didn't really say how they found him or who the kid was sold to. but they found him based on DNA. So maybe the guy did something wrong. Who knows? But you know what? The fact that he's with his dad now and they've been reunited is very humbling. But again, this poses a thing. Child abduction and trafficking, hey, it's very real. It goes on in China. It goes on here. It goes on in I think it goes on in pretty much in every single country. But parents, you have to hold on to your kids. You gotta let them be kids. But when they're that little, you gotta hold on to them. I would tell you that with my kids, I wouldn't let them go anywhere. I don't enjoy. I don't really, you know, let my kids stay over friends' houses or anything of that matter. Because at that moment, at that second, you know what? They go poof and they're gone. I mean, my oldest, the only place that he stayed besides my sister's or my mother's was at my neighbor's. And mind you, him and my neighbor's kid were at my house until like 11 o'clock at night. They went over there, and by 8 o'clock in the morning, I was knocking on the door to get my son. Yeah, Catherine says it. Yeah, it's very real. I have a friend that they tried to take her daughter. It's crazy. It's very crazy out there, guys. So you know what? Keep your kids to yourself. Don't trust anybody when they could be in your front door. Don't leave them on their own. So we're gonna go on to a little section here that we're gonna talk a little bit about sports, more or less. We all know the Milwaukee Bucks. Hey, congrats! Good job. You won the NBA championship. Hey, they did it. They won it. Is Giannis the next face of the league? Maybe, maybe not. I think one championship does not define you as the face of the league. I know I was hearing a show today that was asking about that. And I said to myself, I'm like, there's no way. I mean, he has one championship. He's been NBA MVP, I think, 2 years back to back, if I'm not mistaken. And he won the MVP for the NBA Finals. Hey, good job. But you're not the face of the league yet. I think you still have a lot to do before you could become the face of the league. I mean, I don't think that he's ever going to be the best player in the world. He's not a Michael Jordan. He's not a LeBron. So I don't think that's going to happen. But hey, speaking of LeBron, how does LeBron, he was over at Game 5 on Saturday. And how does LeBron happen to get a bottle of tequila under his chair? Explain that one to me. How does he have an entire bottle of tequila with him under his chair? At first people thought that, he was served the tequila or he brought the whole bottle and just was allowed, or he bought the whole bottle and he was able to keep it. Doesn't make sense. But this is the thing. The tequila he brought was his own. He has his own tequila brand. So, how is he, not how, because I know how, but why? What makes LeBron so special that he can have his own tequila bottle? I've said this at the beginning of the show, or I said it with Kamala Harris, or at some point. You lead by example. This guy's well known by everybody. People, you have kids that look up to them. No, just because he's rich doesn't mean he can do whatever he wants, Zach. I'm sorry. Just because you have money does not make you a better person than a person that doesn't have money. Okay? I mean, no, I'm sorry. I don't buy that. I don't care for it. I think LeBron's an idiot for doing that. When you're wealthy and have status, you can do whatever you want. When you're a regular Joe like you and I, Frank, we don't receive those luxuries. I get that. I know that. But you know what? But that's where that double standard is. And you know what? I can't stand it. For that LeBron, in my book, and I've said it, you're a player, you're a good player. I think you're a piece of shit. I think you're a piece of garbage as a person. Okay? I saw your movie. To me, your acting job sucks. Okay? But you know what? He's LeBron. What could you do, right? I mean, the guy speaks out of his 4-point contact. And I can't, I don't like what he does. I never liked LeBron, and I'm a Miami Heat fan. Even when he played with the Heat, I didn't like him. Hey, thank you for helping Miami bring championships. But I think you're a piece of garbage as a human being. You're in the spotlight. You need to live a certain way. You can't just do whatever you want. You have these kids that look up to you. And now, when social media, you see everything. And that's the biggest problem there is now. You have these kids that see that, oh, wow, LeBron did it, why can't I? Come on. It's just something that we really want to live by and live through. To me, social media is a joke. You see everything and anything. And I just don't like it. I mean, am I wrong for feeling that way? Am I right? I mean, what am I? I know that I'm frank and I speak it real, but I can't jump on that and be, LeBron saying, yeah. I don't like it. I can't stand it. But hey, so what else could we do? So here's another guy that's been in the news lately. And Pittsburgh Steelers, Dwayne Haskins. I believe he's the quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. This guy got punched. He got injured by he was injured by his wife, and she's facing domestic violence charges. According to the report, she punched him in the mouth. He had a split upper lip and missing a tooth, and suffered other injuries to his mouth that will require dental work to repair his teeth. So, I don't know what the fight was over. Well, actually, I think I know now, and I'll go on to my next story on this one. All right, so this happened. This happened on July 3rd, right? So he ended up in a fight with his wife. The original story broke. It was in Las Vegas. They didn't say exactly, there was a verbal argument between the couple about Haskins and his friends not waiting for his wife and her friends to go into a nightclub. It escalated when she allegedly hit Haskins in the mouth. Haskins said he remembered getting into a fight with his wife, but didn't remember getting punched in the mouth. In searching the room, officers found a piece of his tooth and blood. So, I guess they were pretty inebriated. Okay? So, now, what, number one, domestic violence is a no-go, whichever way you look at it. So, how should we do this? She's going to pay the price. Hey, Sketchy, are you still on by chance? let me know if you're on. Maybe you might want to weigh in on this topic or talk about something else, and we could bring you on if you're willing to go on. You know, let, let me know if you're on. So going back to Hatkins, um, buddy, you just got knocked out by your wife. But now, here's the timetables, right? July 3rd, this happened, right? So, so July 11th, okay, after his fiance was arrested for allegedly punching him in the face that week, Hackins is now in a financial dispute with an Instagram model. Haskins is asking asking influencer Vanessa Chantel to return up to $20,000 in gifts that he purchased for her. So, oh wow, I didn't see this. But this influencer, oh gosh, check this out. This is going to be pretty interesting. Da, da, da. So, this Instagram model, oh, here it is, posted the chat. So, here's the chat. And it was a lot more than that. She goes, I'm not petty, FR, whatever that for you. Can send me what you know I spent, but 20K respectfully. If you're not about to stand on what you're saying, just go ahead about your business. Send what you know I spent if you have any good person in you. If not, just send me 20K. Oh, for real. Thank you, Zach. Apple Pay to the number I sent you because that's going straight to family. So stand on what you're saying or just gone ahead. They scratch something, just laugh at the request, laugh out loud, get that shit back in blood. Never cared, we good over here. Stand on what you say or keep pushing, laugh out loud, take care. He's mad at the world. He wants money back he spent on gifts. Now, let me tell you what the problem here lies. All right. Why are you, why are you spending money on an Instagram model? You know, there were gifts. Okay, fine. Okay, again, there were gifts. But again, why, you know, why an Instagram model? Did he meet her? Maybe that's what the actual fight was about. You know, I don't think the actual fight with his wife and why he got punched was that of him and his friends going into the club without her, you know, or not waiting. To me, that doesn't make sense as to why you're gonna fight with somebody like that. You know, I think you got caught playing a game, buddy. You know, you have to. I don't know. You just can't do those type of things. You know, I mean, look, guys, if you like the show, you like what you hear, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share. You know, like I say on the show, and this is Carlos's favorite line, share it with your frenemies. Share it with your friends. Just goddamn it, share the show. You know, give it a like. Subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Speaking It Real. Follow us on Facebook, Speaking It Real Podcast. follow us on Facebook groups, Speaking It Real. All right, we're coming up with the Twitch soon enough. I'm still working on it. Gotta make some changes to the Twitch channel that I personally have right now. I'm trying to make that a Speaking It Real. Come Friday, we had such a good show on last Friday night, just talking about Cuba and talking about what's really going on over there, with the issues, that we decided that we're going to go ahead and bring it back on Friday. We had a guest that was supposed to come on. Due to the fact that he didn't realize I was in Miami, or we were on Eastern time zone. He was in Vancouver on Pacific time zone. So we kind of didn't realize that. He's going to have, I believe, a lot more insights. Not than what this guy did on Friday, Javier did. Because Javier gave us a lot of insights as to when he was growing up in Cuba, as to how his life was in Cuba. And that was more of him being born in the system, as opposed to this gentleman that we're gonna have. His first name is Angel. I don't remember his last name right now, but he's gonna actually be able to tell us, because he's an older gentleman. So how life was before the communism to what it was after, not after, but during the communism, because he obviously fled Cuba. I guess he ended up going to Canada or something. We'll have a lot more of his story on Friday, but come tune in on Friday about that. It's we're gonna go back with SOS Cuba, Patria y Vida. For those that don't know what Patria y Vida is motherland and life. In this case, call Cuba. It's Cuba and life. The government has it Cuba or death. And how this movement started. This movement that's gone on now, it wasn't really started by the people that were in Cuba at the time. It was started by artists that were in Cuba. So again, look, come tune in on Friday night. Cuba edition part 2. See? 2. All right. Come see us. Again, we're going to be advocating truthfulness, accuracy, and honesty. And so that's what we do here. You might agree with what we're speaking. You might not agree with what we're speaking. But at the end of the day, at the end of the night, at the end of the week, Frank and Carlos are speaking it real. I'll see you guys Friday. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Let's say goodbye to all your worries about tax planning, investment troubles, and any confusion when it comes to managing your finances and money. Here at Rocky Hill Accountants, our team has a combined 35 years of experience and will help you do it right. We're dedicated to your needs and will deliver on a result that is professional and trustworthy. Our firm is large enough to offer a full range of professional services, but small enough to give you the individual attention that you deserve. Our business portfolio includes thousands of prepared tax returns for individuals, families, partnerships, businesses, and more. The team at Rocky Hill Accountants are also thoroughly trained in tax laws and procedures. We have the ability to represent taxpayers before the IRS when they arrive at collections, audits, and appeals. This allows us to offer our accuracy and audit guarantee to tax clients. Please visit our website at rockyhillaccountants.com or give us a call at 860-257-4238 to schedule an appointment.